Good evening, everybody. Coach Keelan here. This afternoon, Coach Courtney and I got together and we put all of our swimmers in groups for the first 5 or 6 weeks of the season. Now, most of the groups we created were just simply age-based groups where swimmers are going to be with others about the same age. The abilities will be similar, but not exact. These will be groups, again, for the first weeks of the season. They will not be the groups for the whole season. When we hit the summer, a couple weeks before summer, we're going to see how things are going with swimmers in the springtime, and we'll probably be redoing some of the groups. Some of our swimmers that are brand new and are with other brand new swimmers, some of them might be moving on to a different group. Some of them might be a little bit ahead of where we thought they would be. So we will change the groups after when we transition from our afternoon practices. I fully anticipate that the practice times are not going to be great or ideal for everyone. We did the best we could putting swimmers in the same family in back-to-back practices, or if you have an older swimmer and then also a swimmer who's 8 or younger, we tried to make sure their practices were overlapping so that it would be less pickups and drop-offs for you. It didn't work out in every situation, but we tried our best to do that. And we know some swimmers are going to be gone. They're going to be missing practices due to baseball or softball, soccer, and other activities. So if your swimmer's not there and that practice time doesn't work out every day, I mean, that's okay. That's typically what happens in our spring portion of the season. So our 8 and unders were the hardest group to put into groups because there's a lot of kids we just don't know yet. So all of the returning swimmers, or the swimmers that we knew could do full laps easily, are all put into what our group 5 is. It's the first practice that we have every afternoon. Anybody we didn't really know or who was younger was put into the splash pool. Now, the splash pool is anywhere from about 2 to 2.5 feet deep. It's a very safe place to learn how to swim or to get more comfortable in the pool. And we do take those kids, as soon as they're ready, we start taking day trips from the splash pool over to the lap pool, and then we give them a chance to do some full laps every day. So we'll be doing that as soon as each group is ready for that. We may have some new swimmers that have come to us that we don't know but have a lot of swimming skills already. So for those families that after we watch the kids for a few days or a week and we realize some of them are further ahead than when we thought they would be, we will be asking those swimmers to move over to the lap pool and join the other 8 and unders that are in group number 5. So that may be something that happens sooner than later for some of you, but we'll make sure to check in with you that works for your schedule. Just like we put all of our brand new 8 and under swimmers into the splash pool, we're putting all of our 9 and older swimmers that are new to the swim team in one group together. They will be in the lap pool, doing laps, but kind of slowly being introduced to the swim team and the different techniques that we're going to ask them to know and learn. But all of those swimmers are going to be together in group 3, learning the same skills at the same time. So if your swimmer is 9 and older and they're like, what's going to happen with the swim team? What's it going to be like? Am I going to be ahead or behind? They're going to be learning all the skills with other new swimmers at the same time. And even if your child has had a lot of swim lessons before, we're probably going to ask them to do a few things differently than their previous experiences. So for the spring, the majority of our swimmers are in age-based groups, with groups of swimmers about the same age as the rest of the group. When we move to summer, that's going to change. And I need to make this really clear. If your swimmer is in group number 2 right now, and you're looking at the summer schedule for group 2, well, they may not be in there. If they're way ahead of their group right now, we're going to move them to group number 1. If they're falling behind their group and can't keep up, we're going to move them to group 3, because when we get to the summer, we're going to be moving at a relatively fast pace in some of our practices and some of our experienced swimmers, and we're definitely going to want to have those kids swimming where they're going to be challenged but not over-challenged. I'm going to send out some pictures in a little bit of all of the groups. When you see that and you see all these sticky notes, just know those colors of sticky notes don't mean anything. They just are sticky notes that we were randomly using to write names on. No hidden meaning there. Hope everybody has a great day. Looking forward to seeing you really soon. We'll have some updates coming out in the next few days about what type of equipment your swimmer's going to need to bring to practice. And we might have a few updates about our first day of practice, which tentatively is still scheduled for April 26th. Of course, there might be a couple repairs the pool's anticipating being done that may push that back a day or two. We'll let you know as soon as we can.